Hello, welcome to Zandvoort for the Dutch Grand Prix. It was towards the end of last season, but it's closer to the start this time round. There is your grid: Hawthorn, Villoresi, Rosier. The Maserati's very much behind all that. Ascari and Farina needing to come through, and yeah, it'll be interesting to watch this race. So Hawthorn there, can he continue where he left off in the United States? He was looking very, very rapid, both in the closing stages in Argentina and again in Indianapolis. What can Hawthorn do here? Well, there's Rosier, though, is coming through, and he has got the march, and Rosier is going to lead into turn one. Villoresi getting quite aggressive. He's banged wheels with Rosier and banging wheels again. Well, we know Villoresi has come out aggressive this year. He was prepared to defend aggressively in Indianapolis, and he's attacking aggressively here, but he might come a cropper from that one, and Villoresi now has to accept second best, and Louis Rosier leads the race. Well, yeah, the guy that is a real underdog this year is in the lead, and Villoresi in second. Hawthorn has dropped to third, so very disappointing for the Indianapolis winner, but the same top three as usual is running, and look at that, that is it's like there's two different formulas in this race, the second formula of which is led by Fangio and the first one led by Rosier. So yeah, that's the difference between the Ferraris and simcagordinis and then the rest of them, unfortunately. So, and how far Maserati have fallen. They were winning races and challenging for championships the first couple of seasons of the formula. Switch to F2 regulations has really made a mess of it for Maserati, and I'll be hoping that the change in regulations again next year will lift them back up, because at the moment it's going very, very poorly indeed for them. But it's not going poorly for Louis Rosier, who is leading at the end of lap one, and we haven't seen much movement even though the cars are close, just like in Indianapolis. But Trintignant is trying to change that now, trying to have a look at Mike Hawthorn, who really at the moment doesn't appear to have pace. He is not a happy bunny in this race, Mike Hawthorn, really not, and up on the curb, and well, yeah, holds his position, but Mike Hawthorn really not a happy bunny as the top eight, and then Fangio still leading the what I would call the Formula 2 race, but this is run a Formula 2 regulation, so it's probably the Formula 3 race, I suppose. But there is Hawthorn still in third, and it's all about Villoresi trying to find a way back past Rosier, but Rosier looks controlled enough at the moment, but Villoresi is starting to just pop his nose out and let Rosier know that he is there and he wants through. So it'll be interesting to see how this unfolds as they go through the race. But Villoresi very much on the hunt, and Rosier very much on the defence. And Hawthorn lost ground again, look, and Trintignant is there having a look through. Swatter still holding on to fifth ahead of, well, Harryschell is blocking the more fancied Ferraris from getting to him. Ascari ahead of Farina, 7th and 8th, but can't pass Harryschell to start attacking. Remember, they are supposed to be some of the senior Ferrari drivers, but it's and Villoresi having a look at Rosier there, but nothing had come in, and it's they're supposed to be some of the more senior Ferrari drivers, but Rosier and Hawthorn have really shone this season so far. But Villoresi is trying to take a little bit of that shine away now by coming through for it. And look at the freeway battle behind. Well, we haven't seen much overtaking yet, but I promise you it's going to happen, because this is getting good now. And Villoresi having a look at Rosier again. Can't go. You don't want to go too aggressive there. He loses front wheels for sure. And that's Trintignant off, and he's bumped into Swatter, but he's managed to. Swatter manages to pass him, and so Swatter is up, and that's heartbreaking. Fangio is out. Fangio can't even win the lower class within the class at the moment. So unfortunate for Juan Manuel Fangio. Came in with such promise in 1950, hasn't delivered anything other than a few wins yet. 1951 was disappointing, obviously last year missed through injury, and now shine as he might, and he was shining at the front of that pack in 9th place with no way of catching it, making up any further ground. He's now out of the Grand Prix, I'm afraid. So, still, Rosier leads Villoresi, and still, Villoresi is going for it. Villoresi knows that he's got to find a way through Rosier soon. Hawthorn will be giving him lots of trouble in the championship. He's in third place and in this race, and Rosier wants to make it a three-way title battle, of course. And Swatter is still in fourth. Then you got Trintignant and Shell, so the simcagordini's dropping back. Ascari, look at him, he's way back, I think, and Farina's lost a lot of ground as well. I think those two have had a collision off camera, because they are miles back, and clearly something has happened there. and Farina and Ascari. Ascari's always getting caught up in incidents mid-race, and Farina appears to be the same. And Villoresi have another look, but Rosier tucking in and defending once again. And yet, so that's what I'm saying. Like Ascari and Farina both seem to get caught up in too much stuff. And Mike Hawthorn, by the way, has just set the fastest lap of the race. He is starting to catch that back up to these two, so this could well be a grandstand finish now, because Rosier continues to lead. Then you got Villoresi and Hawthorn. Will things change? Suater is still ahead of those simcagordinis, but he's dropped back towards them again, and there is lots happening and lots to happen here. Hawthorn now up behind Villoresi. Villoresi has now got something to think about other than just in front of him. I wonder how he's going to play this one. It's all the experience of Luigi Villoresi. Let's see. Transignon trying to find a way past Suater. Hawthorn really troubling Villoresi, who's dropping back from Rosier now to concentrate on defending second place. And here we go. He's still in the second. Hawthorn having another look, and Villoresi trying to hold off. And this is really crucial. This could be for the World Championship ultimately. Could be very crucial in that battle. And Villoresi slides wide, and Hawthorn with him. And Hawthorn's round. Villoresi carries on. Well, wow. Well, Dieter Hawthorn obviously followed him in sympathy. That has changed things around, because it is going to mean Luigi Villoresi certainly hasn't got to worry about losing second place. I wonder if Villoresi's experience led him to do that, knowing what he was going to do, and Hawthorn didn't know what was going to happen and got in the slide. We'll see. Louis Rosier, though, he wins the Grand Prix. Such an underestimated talent. Didn't do much in the Talbot in 1950 and 1951, but give the guy a Ferrari, and he is there. And fantastic for Louis Rosier, because he brings himself right into the championship hunt. Mike Hawthorn down in 7th place. I mean, that was a critical error. Coulda, woulda, shoulda been more patient. I mean, if he'd have finished 3rd, he would have been on 16 points. He would have still been 3rd in the championship, but now he's a whole win behind Villoresi. So that is how experience trumps youth, even though Hawthorn looks to have more pace overall. Yet Villoresi has used all of his experience to finish ahead of him today and to get the result. However, Rosier, the winner. So yeah, Louis Rosier winning from Luigi Villoresi, Maurice Trintignant, harryschell. So 3-4 for simcagordini in the end. Remember when Trintignant went off, we thought it had all gone a bit wrong and they were only going to get a couple of points, but coming through well in the end. And those are first points of the season for Shell. We're only getting like one new point scorer each race at the minute. We've still only got 7 drivers scored points out of the 3 races this season. It's 9 races long, so we've got a little bit of time for him to score points, but not that much. Look at that though, hit Farina once again outside the points. Same for Ascari, so yeah, lots of work for them to do. Let's have a quick run through the championship. Villoresi 20, Rosier 18, Hawthorn 12. Then we've got Trintignant 7, Suater 6, Farina on 3 has scored points. Sorry, I thought he hadn't scored any all season, but Farina on 3 and Shell on 3. The constructors, Ferrari already on 59 points. simcagordini up to 10 into double figures. Nobody else. I would be amazed if anybody else scores a single point all season. You know, Maserati, Cooper, Connell, they're slow and not that reliable, unfortunately. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Take care.